West Washington with more of that. Holly.
Hey, we're live at Acadiana this morning because they're having a big event here tonight. It's a private event, and it's to help bring awareness to a current problem that the oyster industry is facing. But before we talk about that, I'm going to set up the fun we are about to have, because you remember Storm and Norman and Hollywood. There are shuckers from the Acme Oyster House in Louisiana, and standing in front of them is none other than Congressman Charlie Melanson and Steve Scalise, both congressmen from Louisiana. And I wanted to tell you both that Senator Mary Lynn Drove said she was going to come, but it would be an unfair contest.
It was. She'd outshuck us, I'm sure. But that's why they moved us off of shucking and going to eat.
To compete with us here.
All right. They're going to have an eating contest in just a second. But before we get to that, you guys are working hard on the Hill right now, and there is an issue at hand that comes to the oyster industry, and you are doing what?
Well, we're trying to convince FDA, which seems to be almost an impossibility, that what they're proposing in banning consumption of oysters, particularly starting with the Gulf oysters, but we understand expanding to the other areas of the state, that they will run the industry out of business. And then what will happen, we'll be doing imports into this country, and we know what that problem brings with health risk and other stuff.
Big concern for you because the majority of the oysters come from your district,
yes.
Right? So obviously a lot of people are concerned about that. And for you, what are you telling your constituents? How do you really battle something like this? And is it something where it's just the consumer should decide whether they want to eat these or not?
Well, people love coming to New Orleans and enjoying the great food we have, and of course our raw oysters, those fresh, great taste of a good Gulf oyster. There's nothing like it. And it's ludicrous to think that some federal bureaucrat knows more about oyster preparation than one of the great New Orleans chefs. And our people understand that. And people who come to New Orleans from all around the world, they know what kind of food they want to eat, and they should be the ones that get to decide that, not some bureaucrat in Washington. And ultimately, the FDA is wrong on this issue, and I think we're going to stop them from ruining the great taste of raw oysters.
Well, no doubt the discussion will continue, but they're not just talking the talk; they're walking the walk here this morning.
You have to understand that we can't go to Acme as locals because we don't like standing in line just to get oysters.
So we've brought them to you, but you cannot have an eating contest without this man, Rich Shea, from Major League Eating, the Joe Buck of Upchuck. His words, not mine, but thanks for picking a Fox personality there. So Major League Eating, you're the one that does the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
Yeah, we sanction contests around the world, about 100 in 2009. We hope to break that number this year. And we do the Acme Oyster Eating Contest every year down in New Orleans.
Oh, so this is one of the majors.
Yeah, and I should say that these are both great lawmakers, but Congressman Scalise comes in with an advantage. He's the favorite here. Not two reasons. He only eats protein, and he believes liberals are the only ones who would eat vegetables. But also,
all right.
And the Saints are going to beat Minnesota.
All right. You probably both agree on that, though, right? So I have the official timer here. There's a dozen oysters, and are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Ready for what?
Ready for you to eat them as fast as you can. Start us off, Rich.
So in 3, 2, 1, begin eating.
Go for it. Go for it.
You see the technique? The hand-mouth coordination out of Scalise is just top end. He's a triple threat, really, out of Louisiana: hand speed, jaw strength, stomach capacity.
This is not their first time, obviously.
Well, it's interesting because Scalise has been in 4 Acme World Championships, and Congressman Melanson is not, and he's doing quite well, and he may win this. It's just 1 dozen Louisiana oysters.
Now, see, my big issues with the oysters is the whole texture thing, but, I think...
We have a winner. 24 seconds. 24 seconds. Edging out.
Edging out. Look at
Nothing
that.
like those Louisiana oysters.
Not even a half a minute. How are we feeling?
Nice work.
Wonderful.
Feeling good?
Great salty taste. Those are great oysters. We have some great suckers, too.
It's not often I get to pat a congressman's belly. How about that? You want a rematch? We've got
later
more.
this afternoon.
We'll do that again.
No, I'm waiting for the charbroiled oysters.
I hear you. All right.
See, that's why I backed off on these, because I knew they had charbroiled in the kitchen.
A true politician at work already this morning. In fact, we are headed off to work. Thank you both for stopping by this morning and talking about it. Thank you for taking time today. MyFoxCC.com is our website. We have a link to Acadiana because they are having a benefit tonight. That's not open to the public, but they are having a brunch on Sunday that you are invited to. And we're going to tell you how you can win 2 free tickets. And we're going to cook up a few oysters.
You think?
So maybe you want to be late to the Hill in our next hour. Back to you guys.
I give all credit for dining this early in the morning.
Thanks, Holly.
A special visitor hits a strip club.
His name starts with a G, but he is no gentleman.